So, Glory and Elijah has been very busy since last night. Yes. And it's all thanks to you guys. The way people send me on errands on this channel, I'm not complaining, no. I'm not complaining. In fact, I enjoy it. But one of you, let me just mention the person's name. Nathaniel Abiola. He's one of my most recent ardent viewer and commenters. Yes, and he dropped a very, very apt comment yesterday filled with requests, suggestions, commands, and what else? Yeah, an assignment. Yes. And that's part of what I'm going to be talking about on this video. Nathaniel Abiola made very, very interesting observations about Nigerian TV music competition shows, and it's something that I've been quite passionate about for a while now. I don't know if he noticed, but I know that some of you must have noticed that Glory has been putting a lot of effort into doing certain things to ensure that she projects that aspect of TV shows in Nigeria. So Nathaniel made a request that I should interview Kingdom on my channel, and he actually said I should interview Kingdom before the end of the month. And what this guy does not know, that I'm always like one step ahead. Yes, I'm always like one step ahead. So I had already reached out, and I reached out again last night. That was why I was actually busy. I reached out again last night. Remember, the show just ended, so the rest of the housemates who are yet to have their media rounds will definitely have to have their media rounds. But one thing I don't really understand about the media rounds is if it's pre-arranged or if it's pre-booked. I don't know, but Asha decided to put in my own slot and see if it's going to work out. So guys, please just know that I am seeing your requests. Most of you are saying, oh, Glory interview Akuna. Most of you are saying Glory interview Francis. Most of you are saying Glory interview Kingdom. Guys, I'm doing what I can. I am reaching out, okay? So I'm not just sitting down here feeling like the almighty Glory Elijah and waiting for them to reach out to me. No, I have reached out. So I'm working towards it. So hopefully, let's see how it goes. If the interview happens, all well and good. If it doesn't happen, please know that I have actually reached out. I have done my own part. And hey, if it doesn't happen still, guys, listen, it's nobody's fault. It's not going to be my fault. It's not going to be the fault of these young individuals, because hey guys, they are going to be very, very worked out, in fact, throughout this week, because they're going to be having a lot of engagement. So let's just see how it works out. All right, now moving on to the next thing I will be discussing for the remaining part of this video. It's one of the very, very interesting questions that Nathaniel Abiola asked. He asked that why is it that most winners of music TV shows in Nigeria go into extinction in the first 5 years, I think. I'm trying to paraphrase his question, but basically that's what he's asking. Like, why is it that, oh, we see a lot of raw talent, amazing personalities, amazing individuals that are very much talented on TV, people invest so much funds, so much resources, voting for them to stay on the show, voting for them to get to the finals or possibly win the show, and then at the end of it all, they go into extinction. Nobody hears any song from them. Nobody hears anything afterwards from them. So according to Nathaniel, the statistics are so high, and it's not really a good sign for music in Nigeria. So that was his question. Guys, I just tried to paraphrase his question. Now, interestingly, before Nathaniel asked this question, if you've been an ardent viewer on my channel, guys, you will notice that this is the same question I have been asking. This is one of the things I have been talking about, emphasizing on a lot of time on my channel, especially with reality TV shows as well, like Big Brother Niger, The Voice Nigeria. Guys, I have been asking this question a lot of times, and most of the time on my videos, I address these issues a lot. But especially today, I'm going to be taking our time to talk about why it is so, why it is possibly this way. I have like at least 1 or 2 or 3 different reasons why it's possibly happening this way. So please watch to the end of this video to find out. Frankly, with regards to that question, it will shock you guys, or might not shock you guys, to know that every single individual, everybody has a portion of the blame to take Yes, whether you like it or yes, everybody has a portion of the blame to take. Beginning with the individual who won or did not win the show. I say did not won. Yes, who won or did not win the show? Because at the end of the day, it's not only the individual that won the show that got votes, right? We have the top 5, we have top 4. In fact, every single person that participated as a contestant on a music TV show actually got votes. What does that mean? It means people actually invested resources, time, money, gathering or campaigning for votes for individuals that they fancied on the show. Now, I have studied the terrain, I have thought about it a lot, and it occurred to me that 1, the individual is to blame. 2, the management of that individual or individuals is to blame. 3, society itself, yes, is to blame as well. When I say society, society refers to the people that actually voted for that person to win, or for those number of contestants to make it to top 5 or top 4 or to stay on the show. They are also to blame. Society also refers to the music industry. Yeah, sometimes the music industry is not fair to newbies. So all of these points I'm going to explain as we continue with the video. But first of all, let's start with the individual. For some of these individuals, I feel like they never did have a plan from the beginning. When I say they never had a plan, some people just wake up in the morning, they are told or encouraged that, oh, you sound very good when you sing, you can sing, why don't you go for this show? And then they go for it and, oh yes, they did great. And sometimes their progress even comes as a surprise to them. So some of them, it is whilst they are on the show that they start racking their brains. Oh, what am I going to do next if I eventually win the show? And then eventually they win the show. Then when they get back into the real world, of course, they've gotten the money, they've gotten all the amazing prizes that comes with winning the show. They become lost as to what to do next. Some of them do not have any songs prepared at all. Some of them have no sense of direction. Another problem I see is something called winner syndrome. An individual goes on to a TV show and they win, and when they come out, instead of them to invest more time, energy, and the money and resources that they won from the show into polishing their craft and taking it to the next level, they rather focus on polishing the physical, which is themselves, their outlook. They want to look good. They want to fit into the role of a true winner. They want to invest all of that money into living in a very, very posh apartment. They want to drive the best cars. They want to wear the best clothes. They want to wear the best designers and everything. They want to look great. They want to be seen, yeah, and elevated to that high pedestal of, oh yes, this is the winner of this show. This is how the winner should look like or sound like or appear or make appearances. So at the end of the day, you find out that most of them, they invest, yeah, it's an investment for some of them anyways. They invest all of those resources that they win from the show into keeping up appearances. Some of them even go as far as using that money to solve family problems, to help friends and family. At the end of the day, after they finish spending all the money, spending all the resources, they start looking for help. And guys, you know how this country is. It's very hard. Sometimes it's very, very hard to come by sponsors. People who want to selflessly take up your talent as their own pain and further you in the industry that you want to further yourself. At the end of the day, most of these winners, they do not get the proper direction that is needed. Sometimes, even though some of these people have management, sometimes even their own management is ignorant of the right thing to be done. Most times, management is more interested in their commission, in their percentage. Oh, this person won how much? 100 million. Okay, how much am I getting for it? Oh, most management, most of them, they are very, very greedy. So instead of them to invest a lot of resources, do what they are being paid for to ensure that this talent that has been put in their care makes it to the next level. Nah, they're all about the money. Sometimes they stifle opportunities that these individuals should have to help them further their career. They stifle it just because sometimes, oh, the money is not enough. Oh, if we collect this small amount of money, how are we going to get our own cut out of it? And so when they miss their way, when they derail from their path, Guys, this is the point. This is why they have management. But as I said earlier, unfortunately, some management do not even operate as a full-blown management agency to these individuals. Now, what does management entail? What makes up a proper management team for a talent? Now, to the best of my knowledge, if someone is saying that, oh, talk to my management, oh, I have a management, oh, I have a team, that team should include not only the person that stands for you and makes the decisions of, oh, which interview are you going to have right now? Oh, which show are you going to have right now? Oh, how much are they going to pay? No, you do not only have a management that negotiates your contract and terms of your contract. No, your management should also, most importantly, include a PR personnel. Yes, very, very important. Your management should and must have a PR personnel. And I feel like the absence of a very, very active and competent PR personnel in the management team of most of these individual talents is one of the things that actually flushes their existence down the drain. What does the PR personnel does? The PR personnel ensures that they carry the publicity of that individual on their head. They ensure that that individual is in the faces of the public at all times, positively, not negatively now, yes, positively. They ensure that people, the audience, the public knows and are constantly aware that this individual exists. This individual is working very hard. This individual is working very hard in the studios to produce something that you people will like. But then unfortunately, most management teams, they do not have a very, very strong PR team. They don't. And at the end of the day, that is why you find out that, oh, the moment someone goes onto a music TV show like that, they win. After hearing about them for 1 week, before you know it, you will not hear about them anymore. They fizzled out. Very sad. How can a management team, all-encompassing now, inclusive of the one that negotiates the bills, the one that makes arrangement for travels, the one that makes arrangement for photo shoots, the one that makes arrangement for what the person will eat, yes, of course, the one that makes arrangement for appearances, inclusive of the PR personnel, how can they ensure that the lifespan of the talent they are managing does not die off unprecedentedly? One, this is the age of social media. This is the age of the internet. Gone are those days 10, 20 years ago, or let me say 10, 15 years ago, when we had MTN Project Fame, and the only place we hear about the winner of the Project Fame is only when they appear on TV, on a TV interview, or when we see them on one blog, on one website, or when we hear them having an interview on radio. Afterwards, nobody hears about them anymore. But now, things have become very, very easy, very, very functional. We have social media. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have Snapchat, we have Instagram. We have so many social media platforms. We have so many avenues that the existence of someone can be publicized. Now, that is the job of the PR personnel on that management team. Guys, that person or those individuals are meant to ensure that they propagate the gospel, in quotes, of the existence, of the doings, of the works, of the projects, of that talent that they are managing. In the absence of all of that, that is where the career of that person begins to die out. Moving on to the third reason, I mentioned society. Society, as I said before, it includes the viewers, the people who actually voted for this person to win, and also the music industry. Let's talk about the viewers before we talk about the music industry. Now, for the viewers, guys, I have said this over and over again on my channel. The attention span of the average TV show viewer is very, very limited to maximum of 3 months. Maybe 3 months is too much, maybe 2 months. Now, this attention span is about how much they will remember the existence of a particular individual that they once fancied on a competition. I don't know if I'm putting this the right way, but guys, I hope you're flowing with me. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. Listen, this is how it goes, okay? Oh, exciting news, a TV show is coming to town. Oh, 10 individuals are going to fight for the spot of winner. They're going to win 30 million, they're going to win 20 million. Boom. The show is airing on TV. People are watching. Oh, whether by tribe, whether by religion, whether by talent, whatever it is, but people get automatically attached to one or two or more of the contestants of that show. Now, they begin to invest all their resources. They spend money, they campaign for votes and everything. It becomes quite a very, very interesting sport. People even bet money at the end of the day. Oh, this person is going to win. I bet 5 million. You know, it becomes very, very interesting. In fact, it becomes a very, very profitable venture for a lot of people that watch those shows. During that period, there's a spirit of unity. Fan base are created. Supporters clubs are created. Family and friends, they become more connected more than ever before. Why? Because they have one interest. Oh, that individual that is in that house, that person has to win, that person must win. Guys, that period that the show airs, it's one of the most exciting time in the lives of some people in that particular year or that season. Now, this is what happens. The show ends. There's a climax. People are excited. People are ecstatic with joy. Afterwards, the attention spans begins to dwindle. It begins to drop down the scale. Yeah, it begins to drop down. People start relaxing. That energy, that excitement that had been pushing people for weeks that the show lasted, it begins to fizzle out. What happens next? They begin to look for the next big thing. They begin to look for the next excitement. They begin to look for the next adrenaline rush. Where is it going to come from? They begin to look for different sources. And hey, thankfully, this is Nigeria. We are never short of TV shows. So another TV show will come, boom, people's attention will shift from the individual that they had initially been campaigning for to win, and then it will shift to another TV show. Boom! Before you know it, the same circle repeats itself again, over and over again. Now, where is the fault of these set of viewers? Guys, to be very honest, they really do not really have a major fault. But the fault that they have, that I have been able to pinpoint, is that they do not do justice to the person whom they ensured won the show. How? By voting for an individual, by campaigning for that individual to stay on the show, to win the show. You are passing on a lot of positivity, you're passing on a lot of encouragement, you're passing on a lot of expectations, a lot of love to that person, that hey, we believe in you, we trust that you are going to do great when you come out of the house, we trust you're talented. You're sending a lot of positive messages to that person. Now, when that person comes out and sees all of those positivity, all of that love, you know, the person is encouraged. Probably this person goes into their workstation, they start working. What do they need? They need that same support. But unfortunately, these set of viewers, their attention has been drawn away by another show that is ongoing, or by another situation that's happening in the society, or by another major controversy or excitement that is going to give them that adrenaline rush, or probably going to give them issues to think about. So before you know, that same level of excitement that they invested on that show, it no longer exists, or almost doesn't even exist anymore. That individual is now left to be their own biggest supporter. And sometimes, guys, it's not an easy task. It is not easy. But then some people are able to make a headway out of the situation. Take Faith Jason, for instance. He was unduly eliminated from the Nigerian Idol show. He came out of the house. He did his media rounds. Of course, I had an interview with him and I asked him questions on that video. What is the next big thing? What do you want to do next? What are your plans for your fans? Because trust me, at the end of the day, your fans cannot possibly remain your fans forever. They are definitely going to encounter other people that they would like and still give their support to. And he said, oh yes, he's going to do some music concerts, Lagos and Abuja. He's going to release a track very soon. And guys, guess what? Just on Saturday, 3 days ago, Faith Jason, he released a track, a very, very beautiful track. And I've told you guys, hey, run onto his Instagram page, follow him, click the link on his bio, and that's the song. You listen to it, you love it. And for Faith Jason to have released a track just 2 weeks after elimination from the show, it shows that he actually had a plan from the beginning. He had a plan from the get-go. And guys, I am super proud of him for that. But then unfortunately, not every single individual that participates in a competition like Nigerian Idols has a plan, which I mentioned earlier. Not every single one of them has a plan. Not every single one one of them has a very, very talent conscious management that knows what they are doing. Some of them, their management are just plain greedy and selfish and completely clueless about the industry that they are operating in. And then moving on to the Nigerian music industry. Guys, I can make an entire 20-minute video talking about that. But just for the sake of this video, let's talk about it briefly. To be very honest, the Nigerian music industry is one of the toughest industry to thrive in this country. Very, very hard, very, very tough, sometimes extremely frustrating. When my late eldest brother was alive, he was a musician. He had his own music company as well. He had told me stories about how extremely difficult the Nigerian music industry is to penetrate. Guys, aside what my brother told me, I've also heard stories about how much the Nigerian music industry can stifle the voices or the talent, raw talent of up-and-coming artists, of young individuals who are looking for how to break through into that industry. What do I mean? In this regard, the media is also involved. The media also makes up a part of the Nigerian music industry. How? I've heard stories of how, oh, if you don't know this person, if you don't know that person, your music will not be marketed. Or if you don't know this marketer, your music will not go anywhere. Oh, if you don't know this person, your music cannot make it through your front door. I've even heard stories of, oh, if you don't pay a certain amount of money to this TV station or this radio station or to this blog, nobody would even know about your music. So for an up-and-coming artist that has zero to no amount of money, they start breaking their bank, breaking their sweat to just be heard. And that's why you notice that most of the up-and-coming artists that we are able to hear on TV, on radio, they are kind of signed on to already major existing music artists. Sometimes without that little privilege, they would be no different from the regular up-and-coming artists that's just trying to break through into the industry. And so guys, it becomes a major struggle. It becomes a major struggle. And at the end of the day, you find out that it becomes extremely frustrating. Some of these people, they run into depression because, oh, in your mind, you thought it was going to be easy, yeah? Oh, you win a reality TV show or you win a music TV show, and then when you come out, oh, you think you're just going to drop one hit song and then boom, your name is going to start flying. That is why you see that the names you are hearing are the names that you are going to continuously hear. The Wizkid, the Davido, the Burna Boy, guys, those three names, they're okay. Tiwa Savage, they are the major names that you will just constantly be hearing in the music industry. Talk about Nigerian music industry. Those are the names that you'll be hearing most of the time. But talk about the names of some up-and-coming artists. You might not be able to even count up to 10. There are so many talents in Nigeria struggling, looking for how to break through into the industry. And guys, you know the saddest part? For those media houses, you know, that people or these young up-and-coming artists have to pay to air their music. Guys, guess what? They play every new foreign hit. They play every new foreign song. And then the question I always ask myself, did Chris Brown pay this media house to play his song? Did Drake pay this media house to air his song? Did Cardi B, did Nicki Minaj, did Beyonce, did they pay this radio station, did they pay this TV station to air their music? Did they? Guys, half the time, I don't even think these foreign celebrities even pay any amount for their music to be aired over here in Nigeria. But guess what? Our own up-and-coming artists that actually need the platform, they have to pay through their blood, through their nose, in cash or in kind or however, they have to pay just to have that platform, just to be heard. For how many minutes? Maybe 2 minutes. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to use this video to wash down the credibility or the validity of certain media houses or the Nigerian music industry as a whole. But guys, we cannot put away the fact that these two industries, they work hand in hand. Nigerian music industry needs to thrive via the media. Media includes TV stations, radio stations, in fact guys, all traditional media and new media. Yes, now it's money rub hand, talent flies. The airtime, the space is for the highest bidder. And guys, there's also the point of now who know person, nine they blow. Who know who nine they blow. You don't know somebody where you won't blow go. You have to wait your turn until you have the money. And guys, it's very, very discouraging. It's very, very stressful. It's very, very depressing. And to be very honest, I feel like that is some of the struggles, some of the major struggles that these individuals who win certain music TV shows face. Sometimes it's not really about the fact that, they are dry of talent or they do not have songs to put out there. No. Sometimes these are the realistic issues that people do not want to talk about. I have heard stories, guys, and trust me, those stories are not palatable at all. I've heard cases of the females especially that go through sexual harassment. In fact, most of the time their own cases are cases of, if you don't open your legs back for ground, your talent is going nowhere. And you find out that most of these female music artists, they go through a lot. In fact, these days the guys are not left out of it, because hey, people's sexual preferences now are becoming wild and broad and vast. So it's a crazy thing happening out here, guys. Not just about the individual, there's also the management, as I mentioned earlier, and then the society, inclusive of the viewers whose attention span is almost zero to nothing. And then there's also the music industry that is highly prejudiced, that is highly greedy, that only allows for people who have connections to thrive, and also stifles the talent and the voices of the young and upcoming ones, or even the old and upcoming ones as well. And there's also the media, who sees itself sometimes only as a business venture. They just want to make their money and they don't care. They want to make their money. They're not a charity organization that's out there to help people push their dreams and aspirations. Now, the only time they would give you that free airtime willingly is when you attain the level of people like Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, or just maybe go for a show like Big Brother Naija and you become hot topic. You become very, very controversial. Then they will be looking out for you. They want to have you on their platform. Why? Because behind, they know that they are going to benefit from your crowd, from your popularity, from your fame. So it's all about scratch my back, I scratch your back at the end of the day. In the light of all of these struggles and challenges that I have talked about, guys, it will not be fair of me if I do not mention some very amazing individuals that have gone ahead to participate on music TV shows. Some of them won, some of them did not win, but at the end of the day, they were able to break through the barriers of the Nigerian music industry, break through the barriers of the media, break through the barriers of society, and still make a name for themselves as well as stand out. I'm talking about the likes of Timi Dakolo, the likes of Yemi Alade, Omaumi, there's also Chidinma, there's Praise, there's Chike, there's Mercy Chinwo. Guys, there are so many of them. I cannot possibly remember all their names right now, but guys, if you do remember their names, please mention their names in the comment section below. And hey, let me also mention potentially amazing people like Faith Jason, there's Francis, there's Akuna, there's Kingdom, there's Daniel, there's Emmanuel. You name them, go ahead, say their names in the comment section. Guys, I did not intend for this video to be too lengthy. These are some of the things that I have observed. These are some of the things that I have seen. I have spoken to people. I have spoken to young upcoming artists. I'm currently speaking to two of them, and these are some of the struggles that they have talked about. These are some of the struggles that they have mentioned. But I want to strongly believe that for an individual like Kingdom, he will do great. Kingdom will not fizzle out easily. I want to believe so strongly. And hopefully, guys, when I have my interview with Kingdom, I will ask him so many questions as to his plans for the future, and hopefully he will shed more light in that regard. Now, this is the part where I have to zip it and allow you guys to give me your own contributions in the comment section, guys. I am seriously itching to know what you guys think. And hey, Nathaniel Abiola, I hope I have been able to do justice to the questions you asked. And I would love to see your own thoughts and your own reasons as to why this happens a lot of times in this country. Let me know in the comment section, guys, and I will see you all on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah. Have an amazing day. Bye.